Now, Storm Watch 12 weather with meteorologist Oliver Smith.
Well, today's going to be a nice and calm day, but Monday is going to be a completely different scenario. In fact, for all day Monday, we're going to be looking at very windy conditions for most of Lake County and northeastern Siskiyou County with wind gusts upwards of 50 miles an hour. We're also going to be looking at some pretty heavy snow into the Cascades, the Siskiyou Mountains, and parts of the Klamath Basin later on tonight through very early on Tuesday morning. So we're going to be looking at plenty of snow. We'll get into that though in a little bit. But in our terms of our forecast for today, 50s east of the Cascades and for Mount Shasta City, 60s for the rest of the area, just a couple degrees cooler compared to what we saw yesterday. So a very, very nice day. Hopefully you can get out and enjoy the weather for today, because here's our next system moving into the region here. Moving into Portland. It's going to be raining later on today up there, and that rain is going to be moving its way down into our area, but snow levels are going to come way down with this particular system as we go through tonight and into early on tomorrow morning. So we're going to be looking at plenty of snow into the Cascades, light snow east of the Cascades as well, and snow levels will generally be about 2,500 feet throughout the day on Monday, so that is pretty low, but we're going to be looking at just rain here into the Rogue Valley. That rain will change over to showers, but then it gets colder as we get towards Monday night and into early on Tuesday morning, but the moisture is starting to dissipate, so we're not really going to see a whole lot of snow accumulations through the lower elevations early Tuesday morning, especially because we made 60s over the last couple of days. And our next system quickly approaching the area later on Tuesday. But in terms of rainfall amounts, this model is going a little overboard in terms of how much rain we're going to be looking at. Maybe a tenth to a quarter of an inch east of the Cascades, about a quarter of an inch here into the Rogue Valley, and about a half an inch or so along the Oregon coast. Now in terms of the next 5 days, you can see all the red indicating some very heavy rain west of the Cascades for the next 5 days. So it's going to be a pretty wet period, and it's good because we need to catch up on the rain. The only dry day will be Sunday, but then we're going to be looking at Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, plenty of rain. In fact, Wednesday and Thursday could be heavy at times, especially along the Oregon coast with lowering snow levels, which we'll also get to that here in a bit as well. But in terms of snow for Monday afternoon through Monday afternoon, foot to foot and a half, maybe even more than that along the Oregon Cascades, maybe 3 to 6 inches over by Quartz Mountain. Other than that, we're going to be looking at some pretty light amounts towards Siskiyou Summit, maybe an inch or two. So that also means that we're going to have some good traveling weather for today along the higher passes, but Monday and Tuesday, it's not going to be very good at all, but it will be starting to improve on Tuesday, and by the time we get to Wednesday, snow levels will be way up to about 4,000 or 5,000 feet, so making it a lot better in that sense overall. Now, it will be windy today like we were just looking at with the wind advisory for the eastern part of the viewing area, but Tuesday the wind calms down a bit, but then we get towards Wednesday and into early on Thursday, it is going to be very windy, especially east of the Cascades, but that very well could shift over west of the Cascades as well. So it's just going to be another windy and stormy day on Thursday. The wind will finally calm down somewhat on Friday, but then lasts well into by the time we get towards the weekend, things starting to calm down a little bit. So here's your forecast for the Oregon coast. Temperatures cooling off into the upper 40s for Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday looking like some heavy rain likely on both of those days. For Northern California, we'll be looking at some rain and snow on Monday, but dry though Tuesday and Wednesday before more rain and colder temperatures for the end of the week. Klamath Basin is going to get pretty cold at night for the next couple of mornings into the 20s Monday night and Tuesday night, with all some rain and snow on Monday, dry on Tuesday, and then more rain and snow for the end of the week. Cascades, we're going to be looking at feet of snow by the time we get towards Friday and Saturday, which is great news for the snowpack, so good news up there. For the Rogue Valley, we'll be looking at maybe a little bit of some light snow flurries early on Tuesday morning, but then other than that, we'll just be looking at rain throughout the week, but then rain and snow for the end of the week.